I'm merely the custodian, holding it for all those wonderful guys and gals.
He gave a young war hero a bed to sleep in. Years later, he was still thinking about him. James Cagney, the man who built his name playing gangsters nobody could forget, spent decades quietly connected to one of America's most decorated soldiers. And what he eventually said about that connection tells you more about both men than any headline ever could. It started with a magazine cover, July 1945. Cagney is flipping through Life magazine and stops on a photo of a painfully young soldier named Audie Murphy, just back from Europe, already called the most decorated combat soldier of the entire war. Cagney couldn't look away. He thought this kid had something, a face the camera would love, a story Hollywood couldn't script better if it tried. So Cagney did something almost nobody in his position would do. He reached out directly and invited a total stranger to come build a life in Hollywood. Then Murphy actually showed up, and Cagney was stunned. He'd booked Murphy a hotel room. He canceled it on the spot because the young man standing in front of him wasn't the confident hero from the magazine. He was painfully thin. His skin had an unhealthy gray tone, and he looked like a man who hadn't slept in weeks. Cagney later admitted he was genuinely worried. Worried enough that instead of a hotel, he brought Murphy into his own house and gave him his own bed. For 3 weeks, Murphy lived under Cagney's roof. Cagney paid for acting lessons, voice coaching, dance training with his own choreographer. He wasn't managing an investment. He was trying to steady a kid who'd survived things most people can't imagine. But Hollywood doesn't run on good intentions. Murphy signed with the Cagney Brothers production company for a modest weekly wage. Months turned into 2 years, and somehow no film role ever materialized for him. By 1947, the arrangement collapsed. Murphy walked away with nothing to show for it broke, living above a gym, surviving on a small army pension, still carrying the war with him in ways nobody around him fully understood. It would have been easy for that story to end there. Just another Hollywood almost was. It didn't. Murphy clawed his way back with no help from the Cagneys, a small part here, a supporting role there until he became a genuine Western star, eventually appearing in over 40 films. And here's the part people get wrong. This was never framed as a rivalry or a falling out. Years afterward, reflecting on that very first meeting, Cagney didn't talk about lost investment or a deal gone bad. He talked about recognition, about seeing something of his own younger self in that frightened, hollowed-out young man standing in his living room. That's the real truth Cagney carried forward. Not resentment, not regret over money spent, just the memory of a broken kid he tried to catch, and the quiet pride later in watching him land on his feet anyway. 2 men from completely different battlefields tied together by one photograph and one act of kindness that outlasted the business deal that failed. If stories like this, the real history behind Hollywood's biggest legends, are the kind of thing you want more of, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one.